So, let me know when we're back up if we're back in sync. And if we're not, we're not. And I'll do something about it. But I'm hoping it'll work okay now. Let me know. I'm still working on a word filter. Word filter's enabled, by the way. Bounce, bounce, bounce that stream. What else can I put in here? Hey, thank you. And by the way, Rage Mage, congrats on your stream, too. Did you make it through 24 hours? It took me a while to realize you were doing that. I caught on when I saw you had been going for so long. I think it was your 16 or your 18-hour post. I caught that while I was moving about this morning. How are we doing? Do we have audio sync? What's up, Josh? Inertia Creeps, hi, how you doing? You got to 21. Oh, you had to stop because of the spoilers. Damn, I hear you. I hear you. How are we doing? Can I get a confirmation? Sync, no sync? Sync, no sync? We were having audio sync stream problem. Seems to be in sync. Audio in sync. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. I needed some confirmation there. If for any reason stream still looks out of sync, go ahead and refresh. Let me see what I've got in here. I need some names. I need a few more names. I have been staying away from so much of the Star Wars stuff that I hardly know everyone's names. But I think I've got some of them down here. Well, we'll start with this. Let's just say that I've got the bot doing a lot of word purges again, so you're going to want to stay away from saying things about he died, she died, killed so-and-so, or you'll just get purged. Yeah, there you go. Tested it. Rage Mage is testing it. Tested the filter. Yay! Thank you, Rage Mage. It's awesome. I don't know if you did that by accident, but you might want to put up the bot to auto-tell everyone 20 minutes that spoilers will result in a ban. No, I don't think we need to... I don't think we need to do that. Well, you're doing a great job of testing it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. We could, Pierce, but honestly, if somebody's gonna spoil something, they can just get fucked. And so, I don't think they need a warning. Anybody who's gonna spoil something doesn't need to be warned. That's a dumb shit thing to do. People should just not spoil. Real simple. Yeah. No warnings. Anyways, it's just purges for now. If it looks like people are actually doing something on purpose, we can ban them. But, the real deal here is just to get it out of chat. We just don't want it in chat. I don't want you to see it. I don't want to see it. Ha! Boom! Thank you, Rage Mage. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. I never noticed that. If you look at the saves, it shows cloud save. It also shows modded. I guess that's the TSLRCM. Hi, Mies. Welcome. How you doing? Bum, 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 bum. 227. Quick save. So we're on Telos. We're in the restoration zone. We're trying to get back to the Ebon Hawk. And we just defeated the tank droid. And this is a very buggy map that I'm so glad we're ready to leave. And we are ready to leave. The shuttle is ready to go. The codes have been acquired and the bay doors are open. This old orbital shuttle doesn't have a hyperdrive, but it can get you out of the restoration zone. Take the shuttle to the shielded mesa in Telos's polar region. Because every time we fly, it's not like we crash or anything. Whoops. Unless the shuttle bugs out. I haven't even seen half of these cutscenes because they used to crash the game. And this patched version, they all seem to play. So, yay.
Statement. We have arrived too late. The target has evaded us. We must pursue it. Observation. They have likely escaped aboard the orbital shuttle that has been docked here. The bay control computer likely will have a record of their departure. Query. Have you discovered anything about the shuttle's course? Answer. I have managed to track the shuttle's movement across the SHIELD network. However, the SHIELD network does not stretch over the polar region, which was the shuttle's apparent destination. Statement. Dispatch a unit to the polar region with the last known coordinates and approximate path of the shuttle. They will not escape us again.
Wary.
Well, this can't be any worse than last time. So that's the hole in the SHIELD network, huh? Doesn't look like much to me.
Hey, Northerner. So now that we got the audio sync out of the way, yeah, like I've never seen this cutscene. It's never worked for me. I was always wondering why we got shot down. I mean, why we crashed.
Kidding me. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It is not Battlefront. It is Knights of the Old Republic 2, Sith Lords. Oh, look, another shuttle crash.
Egotistic praise. An excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds. I couldn't have done it better myself. Field assessment. I picked up on the heat forms of the Jedi and his allies. Activate the mines and prime the self-destruct sequences.
Rage Mage, I'm guessing you saw this already, but you know that it's all patched on Steam with controller and widescreen support.
See you intact. We were concerned that shooting down your shuttle would damage you irreparably. Quick clarification. But now that we have found you, we hope that we can facilitate communications. Unnecessary addendum. And put an end to hostilities.
Facilitate communications and put an end to hostilities. Yeah, it is good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm getting to see parts of the game I didn't even see before. Any reason why you shot down my vessel? What are you assassin droids doing here? How many of you are there? Destroying one of you is easy. Wiping out 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat. How many of you are there?
Chiding statement. Oh, Jedi. There are as many of us as are needed to capture or kill our targets. Egotistical boast. And there are far more of us than any one Jedi. Destroy one of us, and more shall rise from the wreckage. Unnecessary threat. And our attack protocols are more than a match for you.
I was thinking about that, Kim. It's too cold to be sweating, Jay. Look at that snow. Look at that snow. Who's sweating? I hope I don't look sweaty. I don't feel sweaty. Feels all good. Feels all good. Oh, break a sweat. Break a sweat. Jay, you're slow. Drink your coffee. Yeah, let me put in coffee round 2. I think it needs more than a warm-up. It needs a whole nother cup. What we need. More coffee. More coffee. Coffee is a go. Kim, I think you're absolutely right. I should probably change that. It's like I'm begging for it, right? Just begging for it. What are you assassin droids doing here?
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there, armed and ready. Rhetorical query. So the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
Destroying one of you was easy. Destroying 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat. So they have these floating mines. Alright, those aren't necessarily repair droids, though, like the ones that were on Telos. Atten. Really, we've got Atten in the party? I didn't think about that. Divination, how you doing? We're definitely going for the floating mines first. Take out the floating mines. Disable droid. And I should, I only spent yesterday with this. I have to kind of get the controller commands and the directions back in my head. Arrow over this way, it starts in the corner. You arrow the other way, it starts up on your target. Just gonna take me a little getting used to. All over again. It's so awesome being able to play this, though, with the controller. Makes all the difference in the world for me. Poison grenades. I don't think I have any ion grenades, so let's not bother. We won't bother. Fire! You just woke up from a 4-hour nap? I took a very short one, like... Where are you going? Something worked really well, and yet I'm still on the verge of death. Immediately. Nah. Abort. Heal. Abort. Heal. And how about Kreia? Nice thing about our bond with Kreia, we have this force bond with Kreia. She can heal herself, and it will heal us too. So I think we'll pull through this. Come on, Kreia. Come on, Kreia. Never mind. I should have put up an energy shield already. Maybe too late. I could put up a good energy shield. Kreia, what happened to those heals?
That came from...
Please, try that again, Kreia. That's a little better. Let's do this.
Where that came from? Say the word.
Alright. Somehow I have a lot more force than she does. A lot more available force powers than she does. Alright, I'm also going down. My energy shield go off that quickly? I guess it did. Advanced med pack. I don't think Jason's staying up through this fight. Use your shields, Jay. I should have used them at the very beginning. Yeah, he's down. And Atton's going down. Well, this fight, I didn't start very well. Of course, now Kreia's in trouble. He does not have a shield equipped. I don't know if I can equip it in the middle of battle. Why doesn't she have a shield equipped? When we had all our stuff taken away. I think that's when that happened. Yeah, use a nice one. Use a nice one. Use a good shield, Kreia. Right now, Kreia, right now. Use it.
Everyone down.
She's toast. Even with the shield, she's toast. I should have shielded, buffed, and then gone in. Instead, I went in and tried to buff mid-battle. Seriously, City, what's up? Hola! Are you ready to see my first death of the day? Come on, let's get that med pack off. Let's get that med pack off. Follow it up with an extra. Come on. Come on, Kreia. Oh, not terrible. Not terrible. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't know what Atton's doing, but it doesn't matter. Come on, Kreia. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. He doesn't have that much. Are we allowed to offer tips? Hell yeah, go for it. And Mishek, hello. It's been 3 years, Rage Mage, since I've played this. And even though I'm just playing on normal, I never had any particular tactical mastery over the game. I'm always a bit of a Bubba Clubba player. I could probably have done a better job of preparing for this fight. Nevertheless, I can't blame it on just not having my coffee. So what I'm going to be doing, though, Rage Mage, is a dex build, a finesse dex build, dual wield or double bladed. Come on, Kreia. Atton, what are you doing? Are you doing anything? Atton, are you doing anything? He has been. He's actually got this guy about dead. I'll leave you to it, Atton. I'll leave you to it. That could have been a lot worse. We might live through this yet. Kreia's going down. Crap. Medpack, energy shield, medpack. It's too bad I don't have an ion grenade. This would have been cake already. Sonic detonator, sonic grenade. I don't know how much it's gonna do. A sonic grenade is gonna do to an HK, but let's find out. Yeah, sometimes you have to make sure to cancel the basic attack you have queued up when you want him to do a certain action. I'm on board. I'm on board. If Atten pulls through this, he'll be pretty amazing. Come on. Use those med packs, bud. Come on. Med pack. Med pack. Just spam the med packs. I don't want to redo this fight after all. You know what? He's got a level. He's got a free heal with the level, too. Pierce. Yes, Sentinel. Yeah, Sentinel. Gone for the balance, Sentinel. Nothing fancy. Mishek, I don't know what I missed, but...
Everyone down!
Come on, just finish it. Atten, come on, you got this. You're both terrible shots. Atten, please, don't make me heal again. Throw a grenade. Do something, Atten. System's failing, Master. Well, that was sloppy, but we got a control cluster. So we've got a vocabulator and a control cluster for HK-47. This is good. This is good. I can't wait to start bringing HK out, but it could be a while yet.
I hear you.
No, I'm not used to the selectors. Not used to what your
I hear you.
the selection box over things. It's very easy if you're using the controller to be on a selection down here, and you have to actually cancel out of that before you can interact with the world. So you might be trying to loot something, and you'll throw off a forced power or use an extra med pack. I wouldn't even call it a downside. It just is what it is with a controller, and you're having to navigate things with arrows, so it has its limits. Powder. Not like that, exactly. I didn't deselect the menu, so I just doubled down on force speed instead of interacting with Bowdur. Bowdur looks as if he was knocked unconscious by the explosion. If you can find refuge, then he should recover in time. Where's my coffee at? So, Wednesday. How was everyone's Wednesday? That's so good. I needed that. I wasn't trying to
Lay
offer
down your weapons,
just
and you
the
shall
tip,
not be
though.
harmed.
Oi, Brianna, how are you? Hey, who are you?
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense people come to no harm.
Very well. I did not come here to do battle.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students?
Atten, you're the ice hole.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear, is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Djarik can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
Don't even say that, Davenation. I wasn't saying anything. How do you know my mic's off? I wasn't saying anything. We already had a mic out of sync issue and restarted OBS in the stream. Confirmation? I get confirmation of out of sync again? Because that would be bad. Yeah, I was just mouthing shit. I wasn't saying anything, Davenation.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the Exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Why have you returned? Tell me what you've done with my friends first. I want my property, my slaves and my ship returned. It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again. If you think I wanted to see your face again, you're sadly mistaken. I am here because a pretentious Shuta stole my ship. I'm looking for my ship, so I can leave Talos. Yes, I'm here because a pretentious Shuta stole my ship.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Unless you're admitting the destruction was an accident. I wish I'd blown up that rock cluster, but it wasn't my fault. Are you admitting to stealing the Ebon Hawk? Curious. Curious response. Are you admitting to stealing the Ebon Hawk?
The Ebon Hawk is here, safe. Its records and navicomputer are being dissected to determine what caused the destruction of the Paragus facility.
Good luck with your studies and your final. Repair prompt. Good luck with the navicomputer. You're wasting your time. I have about a 2 in repair. I see the option. I'm sure it would fail. I imagine it would fail. She can probably do just fine with the navicomputer. But you did steal my ship. What gave you the right to take it?
The destruction of Paragus gave me the right. If it is your ship, perhaps I should be questioning you as to what happened, and why you destroyed the facility and murdered all the miners stationed there.
Oh, come now. All the miners were already dead.
A facility of over 150 personnel, all dead before you arrived. A childish story to mask your crime. And with the facility destroyed, you think there is no way to confirm your story. But I will pry the truth from you, I promise you that.
The destruction of Paragus was an accident.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed.
Does anybody like Atris?
Putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
I'll tell you what, Pierce, if there's anything that's going to make me go dark side, it's going to be... Yeah. Just keep talking smart like that. Do you know what you have done? I know, it put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice. Yes, Telos is doomed, and I could care less. I know, it put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice. We were actually escaping. Had no choice is hardly even true. We actually had nothing to do with it. We didn't set off the explosion. We were escaping.
No,
they set off the
your
explosion.
crime is much more than that. Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
We are Woo. Rummy, how you doing? Welcome all. Oh, hi, palette swapped Bastila. Why is Telos so important?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
You know me, and know I would not have intentionally committed such an act. Not my intention to harm other worlds. But the Sith. It's interesting that for all the knowledge they seem to have already gathered, there was no mention of the Sith. But the Sith attacked me on Paragus. The battle destroyed the colony.
The Sith? What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean the Sith! The Sith have returned and they are hunting all Jedi. The Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. And you encountered them on Paragus. But what would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believe me to be the last Jedi.
You. If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize
I said hi to
their
Rummy
mistake.
before, I never hit enter.
And if you
Hi,
escaped,
Rummy.
they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Have I tried Far Cry 4? Meshach, no, I haven't. I've seen it played a bit. I've watched Venture Fear play some Far Cry 4. I've never played any of the Far Cry games. I played about 5 minutes of Blood Dragon. That's about all. Maybe sometime. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. Were there any survivors of the Jedi Civil War?
I said I was the last of the Jedi, Exile, and I did not speak falsely. There are others who were once Jedi, but no longer. They will not take action against this threat.
And you will? There's a change. I don't want to offer her help. I don't like her at all. Not at all. However, her handmaiden is another story. Very well, then. Give me my ship back and I will depart. You can face this threat alone. But I could track them down. Maybe change their minds.
You offer your aid after turning your back on me? On the Council? The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
Ainsid, Chaos, welcome. How's everybody? Persuasion everywhere. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand. Look at these options, but I always understood war, and that's who you need. The Sith have numbers on their side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not. I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help. You can't do this alone. I offer my assistance. You can't do this alone. And I offer my assistance.
Perhaps. But if you help me...
I did it
cannot
again.
Be done from here.
I didn't even hit
there
enter.
Are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
I'll gather what help I can and assemble them on Dantooine.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove him, mistress. Come with us. Are you all right, mistress?
Someone's got eyes for the
brought up
exile.
Feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress.
More than one
But
someone.
I must ask, the exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber, and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
What's in her back room? My, what a bunch of glowing things. This woman is bitter as hell. Procyon, how you doing? Yes, she is. Light side, points gained. So, when you drift far enough into the light, or far enough into the dark, when you will encounter Visas. And I think we will today. We saw her yesterday in a cutscene, and I think we'll see her today. Not sure exactly how far, but she's drawn to the extremes of your power, of your alignment. And as long as you are in neutral territory, you're not interesting to her. But if you fall to the dark side, or if you rise to the occasion of the light, she will be drawn to you. And I think we'll see her today. The Handmaiden, I believe we will see the Handmaiden after a trip to Dantooine. Well, Handmaidens here and there and everywhere, but the last Handmaiden...
Why have you approached me?
I had some questions for you. You can spar with them here, too. Not sure, I don't think out here, but there's a room you can spar with them in. I'm looking for a fight.
You may ask.
What do you do here? Why do all of you look the same?
We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. It is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
But the one handmaiden who challenged us when we arrived, she looks different.
As I have said, it is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
So she had a different set of parents?
If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, exile. I tolerate your presence only upon orders of the mistress. She did not order me to endure your questions.
You've got the Imperial seal on your wrist, Pierce. Well, no wonder! No wonder. That sounds like a challenge to me.
One
My
cannot
apologies.
take back an action, and often apologizing for it only compounds the insult. Simply drop the matter and be silent.
See, this is the good stuff in Sith Lords. You don't get this in Knights of the Old Republic 1. People don't scold you for apologizing in the first game. Oh, you apologized? What is that bullshit? You didn't mean what you said? Of course you meant what you said. Don't give me that false apology. And this isn't even Kreia. I mean, Kreia will really scold you for blindly following a prescribed path. There are layers to each action and repercussions for each action, and you can't just take them back. Maybe I'll drop you. Yikes. Alright, never mind. Let me ask you something else. Kreia will scold you for just about anything. This is true. She's fantastic. I want to know about this place. Then we'll ask her a bit about Atris.
This was once
ARZD.
a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
But why is Atris here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Artifacts?
Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was not able to save all, but she saved enough. She was able to bring them here before the
Perhaps
Academy's
too
destruction.
much.
It was a fortunate thing. She was not able to save everything.
Any lightsabers in the collection? Why were the relics brought here? How did Atris know Dantooine would be destroyed? I'd like to see some of this Jedi knowledge. Yeah, I'm sure they'll go for that.
Viewing the relics is not allowed without Atris's permission.
Persuade. Atris has allowed me to walk freely here. Surely that implies trust. See how high our persuasion is. It's why I'm wearing this silly orthodontic gear. This headgear has +2 persuasion. I think it has an extra point of charisma, which balances mine out. Might have a +3 charisma bonus and a persuasion that's starting to get pretty high. Think we can talk her into showing us anything?
There is truth in what you say. Yet many such artifacts are sealed away in Atris's chambers. But if you wish to see a few of them, speak to the last of the handmaidens. She has seen some of these objects and has an interest in such things.
The last of the handmaidens, you say?
Yes, she should be in the training chamber to the north and west of here. She constantly seeks to improve herself so that she may no longer be ranked last among us.
Why is she ranked last?
Because she is easily distracted by matters that do not concern her or her duty. Such distractions weaken her, and she knows this.
Such as... And then?
I will not speak of them. Ask her yourself, if it matters to you.
RZD, how are you today? I've heard that a lot, Pierce, that Voss was an excellent villain. I have heard this. A few more questions, please. Questions about Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
I want to fight her, but I'll settle for you. We can train, but I don't believe with her. I don't know how she'd respond to that, but what can you tell me about Atris?
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
But she hasn't trained any Jedi. She claims to be the last Jedi, but these handmaidens are not Jedi. So how is she rebuilding the Order? Do you see any Jedi being trained? How does she plan to do that?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
And what does Atris consider proper training? There you go, high talk for Atris, considering she never had a Padawan. I did not fall. She knows nothing. Nothing. I chose to go to war, not because I was trained to do so.
Atris has said the training of the Jedi was flawed, and the Jedi Civil War was proof of this.
Well, what does she consider proper training then?
That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
Atris knows nothing. She will transmit her ignorance to anyone who follows her. She'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about training Jedi.
She predicted you would say as much. She seems to know you quite well. Perhaps you are the one who knows nothing.
Perhaps I should teach you a lesson. Well, that sounds like a challenge to me.
I would welcome a chance to instruct you. I have been anxious to teach you many principles of combat ever since you invaded this place.
Could use a good sparring match.
Very well. Follow me, and we shall see if you have the endurance to learn the most basic of our teachings. Before we begin, are you familiar with Ichani traditions?
Let's say we're not. Look at the options. I'm guessing they involve me standing here, freezing in my jumpsuit. Does it have anything to do with why you wanted me to disrobe? It actually does. It does. So let's lay it out. Does it have anything to do with you wanting me to disrobe?
All duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. There shall be no restrictions upon our movements or upon yours. Your feet are not to leave the training mat during the battle. If they do, you will lose. Also, this is not a fight to the death. Restrain your instincts when we fight, and we shall do the same.
I understand. Stay on the mat. No armor. No kill.
The fight will be with hands and feet only. No stimulants, shields, weapons, or other items. Also, do not call upon any Jedi techniques during our contest. If you do, then the battle will be over. In turn, I will not use our higher forms, for this is only an opening battle between us, a test of each other's strength.
Hey, Witcher Bran. Could be interesting. You're ready, so am I. How about this? Let me get ready and I'll return. Wouldn't mind after all this dialogue, saving a game in case we get thrown
Seek
back.
one of us out when you wish to fight, and we shall honor your request.
That's all. Oh, now we're ready. Now we're ready. The saves that never get used. So many saves that never get used.
Before we begin, are you familiar with the Chani traditions?
Yes, let's do this.
The fight will be with hands and feet only.
You said so.
Also,
You
in
said so.
turn.
As you said. If you're ready, so am
Then
I.
let us begin.
My flurry will drop my defenses quite a bit, but let's see. Ooh. So I can't use my powers. I can't use my heals. I can't basically use any. She's gonna kick my ass here. This is the opening battle, and she's kicking my ass. That's too bad. There's nothing I can do about it either. I can change my form, but I only have one form. I'm not allowed to heal, or stun her, or anything.
You have fallen.
I wish to challenge you again. Let me heal up, and I'll be ready to fight again. Curious. It's not that I can... There's not much I can do differently. I can use more power attacks and critical strikes, and I don't really have them leveled up. I've been working to get flurry leveled up for when I have a lightsaber. I'll be using a lot of flurry. But right now, I have no investment in power attack or critical attack.
Seek one of us.
I don't know if you can fudge the rules by using a stim ahead of time. I assume not. Remember your training with the Varart twins. Oh, the twins, yes. Need to buff up your strength. Are you allowed to, though? Are you allowed to? I thought you weren't allowed to use any stims. Are you allowed to can you get away with using them before talking to her? Is that a thing? What happens? Does it clear, I wonder? I don't have finesse yet. I think I picked up lightsaber finesse, but I don't have melee finesse. And I don't know if that even applies to unarmed. You saved, try it? Yeah, well, let's see. Adrenal strength, we use ahead of time. Oh, great, I'm not... Shouldn't have used that buff yet. It's going to wear off by the time I get my horsepower back. Come on now. Third Street Saints, how you doing? I know I've had success in the past sparring with them, but it's been years, so I don't really remember what it took. We can't really use force powers during the fight, so I guess we don't need to wait for the force power to regenerate. Let's just see what happens.
Have you returned
Didn't
to fight
deselect the
again?
bar. Yes.
Very well. It should...
Same as before. So the stim is gone. Stim is cleared. And I'll be disqualified for using any heals. So it didn't actually work. So it didn't work. Kind of have to get lucky with RNG here. We could go for a bunch of critical strikes. We could stick with clean attacks that have no defense penalties. We could just go attack, 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 and hope we get a little bit luckier on some of the rolls. What Star Wars games have I played? That's a long list, man. That's a long list. Probably easier to talk about games I have not played. I have not played the Force Unleashed games, like Rage Mage is playing Force Unleashed, and that looked really cool. I've never even seen him played before. I kind of stayed away from him because I never played Imperial or Sith characters. So I avoided the Force Unleashed games, but I'd heard good things about the first one. I've never played those. I've only briefly played any of the Battlefront games, and not the new one. But lots of them, man. I played lots of Star Wars games. I've spent years of my life playing Star Wars Galaxies. I played Rogue Squadron 3D back in the day, and some games I don't care to admit, some terrible ones. The old Super Nintendo games, some of the NES games, the old arcade games. Quite a few Star Wars games throughout the years. Games on GameCube, games on PC, X-Wing, TIE Fighter. I don't know, man. I had Yoda Stories, which was like a little utility thing. I I used to get everything I could. I didn't get into it here yet today, but I thought I'd bring out a few more cool things I dug up. I found my old first edition copy of the West End games, the handbook for the original D6 Star Wars role-playing game, and some fantastic old playing card sets. A lot of the old Marvel comics, a lot of the Dark Horse comics, maybe Jedi Academy. Yeah, I've definitely played Jedi Academy and Dark Forces. And anyways, let's try some power attacks. I don't have any points in power attack, but let's just try it. See if we get, as I said, lucky on some of these rolls. We can get luckier than her. Miss, hit, miss.
This will teach you.
Hit. We're screwed. It's all done.
This will teach you.
See if we had any better luck. We might just have to come back and spar. I don't know how much of an opportunity we'll have later, or if it'll actually happen, and if we can. Yeah, Lego Star Wars was fantastic.
You have fallen.
Okay, we'll be going now. You kicked my ass. Good.
You are the exile, the one Atris warned us about.
I've actually got Jedi... Well, is it Jedi Academy I have installed right now? I think I do. But no, we're not changing the schedule to play more Star Wars games at the moment, Procyon. Maybe there will be more Star Wars games in the near future, but I'm not changing the schedule up right now. Spam power attacks. Well, that's what I just tried. It didn't work. I don't have any ranks in power attack. Are you the last of the handmaidens? Well, we know she is. I heard you know something of the relics that Atris has stored here.
I know a little of them, yes. Much Jedi knowledge is stored here. Secrets of their teachings, combat styles, and discipline.
Can you help me obtain some of these teachings?
The Jedi relics are kept by Atris, within the walls of her meditation chamber. Entry is forbidden.
But surely they are not forbidden to Jedi, such as myself. Yeah, good luck with that.
Atris has made her orders on the matter clear, and she says you are no Jedi. Entry to her meditation chamber is forbidden. To even ask shows you doubt my loyalty to her.
Oh, indeed. I doubt your loyalty to her. So you've never seen these relics?
I have seen a few of them. Yes, they were not always in Atris's meditation chamber.
So actually, the cards that I have Rage, it wasn't the card game. I'm talking about, like, old... Should do it after the dialogue, but like old Return of the Jedi card sets and older ones, some card sets from the original Star Wars. I think these might have come with like Wonder Bread back in the day. Some really old card sets. And then there was this fantastic set called Star Wars Galaxy, where a bunch of different artists, you had different artist profiles, and the different artists each did their own impressions of various characters and settings. I have a great many Star Wars cards, but, oh, crap. Sorry about that. Set them down on my controller here. I actually never played the card game, though. I do know what you're talking about. So where did these relics come from?
Most come from Dantooine, brought here before the academy there was destroyed by Malak. Not all relics were able to be saved, for there was not time to rescue them all. You may ask.
You said Atris warned you about me. What did she say?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Oh? She's just teasing you. I'm not such a bad guy. Going to war was necessary. I went to war to protect others, not to fight. Well, if you go to war to protect others, do you not still go to fight? Oh?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts, and she told us why you fell to the dark side.
What? Dark side? I do not walk the path of the dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
That doesn't explain why I stopped fighting after the Mandalorian Wars.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with him because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
The Force aside, I was tempted to attack the Jedi, but I didn't. I did not march with Revan because it was my choice. No, lay it out. That is untrue. But Atris is entitled to her misguided opinions.
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Expressed feelings? Is there something else?
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
So what do you think Atris's heart really says? Are you saying Atris could be wrong about me?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
If I fought Atris, then that might make the truth come out? Number 3. So if I crushed Atris's skull into the floor, that might get to the heart of the matter? If I fought Atris, then that might make the truth come out?
Perhaps. It may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression.
Enough of this. I had other questions.
You may ask.
So we know she's the last of the handmaidens. Asking her about her look is likely to be insulting, but we're the ignorant Jedi here. You look different than the other women here.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
Then maybe we'll ask her about it later. We will ask her about it later.
You may ask.
So, last of the handmaidens.
I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
The others said you were easily distracted from your training.
It dishonors me that they would say such a thing to an outsider.
Yes,
But
they dishonor
I
you.
cannot deny the truth in what they say. My thoughts are not always focused on training. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
Curious about the Jedi, are you? What do you mean?
There is much knowledge here, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
Battle is not the truth of the Jedi teachings. I believe it to be the farthest thing from it. Combat is not the Jedi way, and it is not my way. Not very true. Is this what occupies your thoughts? And you, handmaiden, you would preserve it?
Atris has already preserved it. What I wonder is, if the Jedi teachings should not simply be stored, but brought to others. There is much in their approach to battle that is worthy to be shared.
But battle is not the truth of the Jedi teachings.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Devotion, I prefer obedience. I agree it shows how far you are willing to go for your goals. Combat is not the best way to communicate with others. Now let's question her. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause. Devotion to their cause.
Yes, the methods you use to meet your opponent speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
Combat is not the best way to communicate with others.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry, or strokes upon a canvas. She spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. She showed her heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe she was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
What do you think Revan was saying?
Through battle, Revan was meeting betrayal with betrayal, and showing Malak the pain he had inflicted on his master. What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
It involved a lot of lightsaber throws. It wasn't that spectacular. Trust me. Revan and Malak were driven only by the dark side. That is not true. Not in both their cases. Nevertheless.
But to say that seems an untruth based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not?
How astute.
If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.
Perhaps there is hope for you yet, Handmaiden.
You may ask.
I think we're good for now.
Before you go, Exile, question for you, if I may ask it. You have touched the Force. What does it feel like?
I only know what its loss feels like. Ouch. Ouch. It is a difficult thing to describe.
Please, I wish to know.
The warmth of the sun without the glare. You can feel its light and its heat. There is no harshness to it. It is like a current that passes through you and carries you with it to all the places it touches.
I see. Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
It's sticky like the floor of a theater. In this game, can you recruit anyone? How do you mean the question? You can. There are people to recruit. You cannot recruit any NPC. There are certain NPCs you can recruit, and there are a good number of them. If you have further questions in the future, seek me out and ask them. Eating chamber, handmaiden quarters. So we're in the training room. Let's see if we can find our friends here. Don't actually know my way around. It's been too long.
Did you find what you came for?
Yep. This is Mass Effect. A lot of what happened here was a prototype, if you will. Not meant to be a prototype, and this is Obsidian, not BioWare, but a lot of the branching dialogue, a lot of the recruitment options, a lot of the romance options, the way you influence your companions. This is a very early form of what BioWare has kind of made a standard part of their games anymore. And we see a lot of it here in early forms. You can't just hire someone like in Skyrim, correct? You cannot. That depends. What was I supposed to find here, Kreia?
There was something from your past here.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here.
Kirito-san.
Who resides here.
Cheers.
She
Welcome.
Did something to you
Thanks
once.
for the follow.
Something that hangs upon you still.
Cypher Wolf, evening. How goes? The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the Council. I think Kreia knows this. She was one of the Council who cast me out of the Order. I don't trust her. I may have to kill her. Well, I wouldn't exactly call her charming.
Whatever her charm, or lack thereof, you must deal with it. Unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the Council.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
That is strange, isn't it, Kreia? A woman claiming to be the last Jedi, restoring the Order, has no one to train, and surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Those who cannot feel the Force?
Yes, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
Did you try to use Jedi mind tricks on them? No? How do you know that? How do you know that, Kreia?
Invade the mind of another. It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
Oh, should we ask Atten? Of course, she speaks the truth. She invaded Atten's mind earlier. There was something to be gained. She's got quite the pawn now. Quite the pawn. Atten has something he doesn't want to reveal, and she knows it. Boy, he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't believe Atris, but she did claim her plan is to heal the galaxy, rebuild the Order.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
Aren't they students, though?
No, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
Did you try to use tricks on them?
Invade the mind?
Same dialogue branch from a different option. Well, there's nothing to be gained here. Let's talk about it on the way out. On the way out.
Very well. Let us depart.
Atten was standing when we were talking to Kreia. Now he's out cold again. Is Atten okay? He looks out cold.
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
Ah, yes. That must be it. He can sleep on the ship. Let's go.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
Agree, Enduro. Repeating dialogue loops, and that hasn't even changed. That continues in various games to this day. But it's worse when the dialogue options move around, when you have the wheels to choose from in other games, like Mass Effect, even in Mass Effect 2, where some of the dialogue options, after you exhaust them, they'll disappear. Sometimes they won't, and they'll loop, as you say. But sometimes they won't just loop. You'll have one up here and one down here, and they'll actually swap places. So in your head, you're going, I took the upper option, now I'm going to take the lower option. And you go to take the lower option, and it is the option that was at the top before. And then you're in that dialogue loop, and it feels so good. Oh, right on, Claire. Kirito is a friend of yours. Excellent. Well, thank you for bringing in friends. More friends. More friends. Any more toys to show? sort of divination. I don't know if it's a great time, but I didn't find what I was really looking for in the attic. I found a lot of my comics and cards and books and a couple other things. I did find a couple other things. Bowder is apologizing. There's nothing to apologize for. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
Just get to the ship. We can talk later.
Very well, General. I will await your arrival.
The two party members left, are Atten and Kreia. Bowder will meet you at the Ebon Hawk.
Mistress, you summoned me.
I have a task for you. The exile is dangerous. I'm concerned that he was able to return to Republic space and reach Telos without my knowledge.
Mistress, the Harbinger was lost in transit. It was our failing.
What is done. But now I need you to travel with him.
Mistress,
I realize what I'm asking of you, and I'm asking that you keep your purpose a secret, even from your sisters. I need someone to watch the exile closely, and let me know if he contacts the Sith. More importantly, I need you to study him closely. I need to know what he thinks, what he does. Become part of his group. Earn his trust. Get him to confide in you.
I will do as you ask, Mistress.
That's right. Send your weakest servant, the
Mistress,
one who gets
the exile did
distracted
not seem to
easily.
pose a threat
Send
to
her.
Ah, but he does.
That's a good plan, Atris.
Do not be fooled by the exterior. It is his nature you must beware. He fell to the dark side once. He will do so again. I'm
Shush!
trusting you with this task, last of my handmaidens. Do not disappoint me. The galaxy, the Jedi, may depend on it.
Exactly. And Durrell, it does not all make sense, does it? Influence gained, Bowder. Well, I suppose we could just say very simply that Atris is conflicted. Her thoughts are not clear. She is quite conflicted. Perhaps that's the explanation. Can I put my gear back on? Now that we're not failing to spar. I have here the Adept robe until we have something else. And sword and a blade for now. Be nice to get a lightsaber today. What do you think? We should end up with a lightsaber today. If Visa shows up, we could always snag her lightsabers. I mean, and she's got two of them. So that might be a good plan. If she shows up in the next couple hours and we don't have our own lightsaber crafted yet, I'm gonna borrow hers. She can have them back later. Hey, Mom, how are you doing? Is it accidental that you and your character look alike? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Hi, Mom. How are things? How did things go? And happy birthday again. My mother's birthday was yesterday, by the way, everyone, and I know many of you sent her birthday wishes. So, just in case you wanted to pass them on, it's only a day later, and she's here now. Glad you stopped by. Close to bed. Wow, wait, close to bed. It must be really late there. Past midnight? She's still there. Divination, she is still there. She's visiting us. She's in St. Petersburg right now. That must be where she's watching the stream from. Mama J, did you enjoy your trip? But no, it's not entirely intentional, but you don't have a lot of customization of the character in this game. So it is a bit of a coincidence. I did pick it, but it is a bit of the game's limited selection that led to it too. Consciousness helm. Wouldn't that be cool? What if we could all have consciousness helms? What does that do anyways? What's a consciousness helm do? It sounds very useful. Consciousness helm. That we can't wear. Improves constitution, but requires medium armor proficiency. It is funny how he runs with the blades, isn't it? Hey, yeah, Mom, if you're still there, I've been pulling out the Star Wars toys the past couple days. Getting excited for Star Wars. I know you'll recognize some of these, but I had the Rancor out. I had the Rancor out, and I had Yoda out, and I had a few things out. But it occurred to me that some of the things I was looking for, that I thought I had, I thought about it a little harder last night. And some of the toys I was looking for are the ones that have been gone a very long time, which is too bad. Going into Pro Lurk mode, right on, Rage Mage. Thank you for the heads up, by the way. If you hadn't popped in, Rage Mage, to suggest that we be wary about what's likely to happen, and no one has tried yet, but I'm sure they will. I might not have turned on that filter. Oh, you're in Kaliningrad now. Is that spelled right? Kaliningrad? Not Kaliningrad, Kaliningrad, next to Poland? I guess I wasn't tuned in well enough to your travel plans. And it's 1:25 a.m. We'll go to sleep. You should go to sleep. I'm glad you stopped by, though. I don't know if you recognize the music, but this is a Star Wars game. Big week for Star Wars. I'm sure you're aware of that. Yeah, there you beat me to it. Good to see Star Wars everywhere again. Have you seen the short clip of Mark Hamill? Mark Hamill giving Carrie Fisher a kiss on the lips on stage and the look on her face. Have you seen the look on her face when Mark kisses her? It's pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you could track it down. We won't be in the same place, Davination. We won't be in the same place. Entrobot talks in big paragraphs. Well, it depends on what Entrobot has to say. How do I get out of here? I need to find out how I leave. Is it up here to the north? Is it to the east? Is it to the east? That's the meeting chamber. That's the prison. I guess to the meeting chamber. So we're going this way and then east. That is the plan. That is the plan. Oh, this is not the way to leave. This is up towards Atris's... Is this towards Atris's chambers? I believe it is. Not the way out. We're going to have to go through the prison again. Indeed, indeed. Actually, the game we're playing on Christmas, I don't know if I mentioned to you, Mom, but...
Curious thing. What lies behind it?
But I have an Xbox now, and the game we're playing on Christmas is only on Xbox, and that is indeed thanks to Steve. Steve may not be here for that. He's taking a break from Twitch, but he said he was going to check out the VOD afterwards. So the game I'll be playing on Christmas was a very big gift from Steve, and that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Although I now hear it's coming out for PC in January. Rise of the Tomb Raider has a date now on Amazon for PC, late January. Curious thing, what lies behind it? When I first met Atris, she emerged from this chamber.
Did she? Perhaps it is a meditation chamber of some sort.
Perhaps, Greya, perhaps. I don't know how much he does or doesn't want me to share, so I don't want to take too many liberties, but he's going to be moving to Germany this year. He's trying to learn, or rather relearn and polish his German. He's been spending a lot of time on Twitch, and many of you know how addictive it can be. Very hard to put Twitch down sometimes. And I think it was taking up a whole lot of his time. And he just, he needs a break from it. He needs a break from it. So as I said before, we will toast him in his absence.
Well, if it
and
isn't
look forward
the
to
one
the day he
stole
pops in.
Ebonhawk. Not so smug now, are you? You little thief.
Don't be a fool. Atris stole the ship and the droid.
Says you.
I don't know about the beet soup, but the glass of vodka sounds good. That is weird, though. Garlic cloves, raw onion, and beet soup. Does that really sound good to you, Divination? I'm not sure I concur. Your behavior core? They didn't memory wipe you, did they, T3? It wasn't your fault they took the ship, T3. Hold on. What information are you talking about? Downloaded what from you? Your entire memory? That must have taken some time. You can fill me in later. Let me get you out of there first. We'll see you at the Ebonhawk. Join us on the Ebonhawk when we're ready to leave. Yes. Mom, good night. Good night. I hope the rest of the trip goes smoothly. I'm glad you've checked in. I'm surprised you checked in at all, and you've popped in a couple times. I think that's really cool. So maybe you'll do it again. Who knows? Who knows? Nice surprises all. Have a fantastic night. Did, but there was no guarantee. The opportunities technology affords us when it works. He's taken care of here sometimes. Thank you, Rummy. Is that it? One container here. Yes, let's enter. Let's leave. We've been trying to get back to our ship for quite a while.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens is not among us.
She has left with the exile.
Left?
But why? Her oath.
I sent her to travel with the exile. She may discover something I cannot.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens. She is willful, and she has demonstrated her fascination with Jedi. It may not have been why.
I know what I have done, but it was necessary.
I don't think Atris understands very much at all. Again, she seems quite conflicted.
Board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What's with T3? Slow down, I didn't catch the first part. You did what while you were connected? You downloaded Atris's archives? What a good droid.
What is the machine saying?
Aw, poor Kreia, can't understand droid. Says you're an old hag, Kreia. No. There was a holo record of my trial. Of the day I was exiled. There's a holo record of the day I was exiled.
We seem to have found it.
Do you know why we have called you here?
I came because I chose to. Not because you summoned me.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
The truth is the Mandalorians had to be stopped, or countless more would have died. Or you were not at Malachor, and you will never understand.
You refuse to hear us. You have shut us out, and so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
We feel that your true understanding of what happened at Malachor 5 will only happen in time, and it cannot happen here, near the battlegrounds where you fought.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Much defiance in that one.
You are correct, KotOR. When he was here, I felt it. It was as if he was not there, more like an echo.
Revan's influence has grown amongst the youngest of the Order. She speaks to their passions, not their sense. The war has touched them. Many of them have found themselves in the war against the Mandalorians.
It is as I feared, and I fear that we have played into the hands of the enemy.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. He has lost himself. He is no Jedi. He walked Revan's path, but he was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path she did.
We are not the ones who taught her.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code, and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. He has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let him depart. He will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with him, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let him go because we must. Where he travels, he carries his destination with him.
Malachor 5 should have been his grave. You saw it in his walk, and in the Force. It was as if he was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and he cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told him the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believed was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years, we will call him before us and explain what happened to him, and how he may be healed. Until then, he must accept his journey.
But he may never discover the truth, and he will never know why we cast him out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
So they know what happened to me. They all do. Atris has a list of the missing Jedi. Sure, display it. Well, hold on. In a second, what else was in the archive? Alright, play the missing Jedi. Master Vrook, Dantooine, this is the list. Master Zezkael, Nar Shaddaa. Master Kavar, Onderon. Master Vash, Korriban. Master Atris, Telos. Those Jedi were all on the council that exiled me.
A strange coincidence.
It is no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
Be that as it may, we need their help against the Sith.
Those are Atris's records you have stolen.
What the hell are you doing on our ship?
I have come to join you. I can help you against this threat.
Well, we don't want your help. Or any of your sisters.
If it comforts you to believe that, then so be it. But the enemies you face are many, and you will need all the help you can get. It is just me, and I am doing this because Atris believes you will need help.
I don't care. You're going back. Throw her back in the pond. Do you think we need help?
I think the strength of the enemy is unknown, but it is greater than 5 can hope to defeat without aid.
I will take whatever help I can get.
Indeed. But of course, what does one more matter to our journey?
Shush,
I have
Kreia.
had enough of this. I will be in my chambers.
Go!
Yeah,
Kreia,
me
go.
too. I'll be in my chambers. But since I don't have any, I guess I'll just go to the cockpit like I always do. If she's coming with us, she gets the cargo hold. Might remind her how fun it is to get locked up.
General.
Seems fair.
The cargo hold is enough. I assure you, there is little I need. I will attend to myself.
Look, forget Atten. Take the regular quarters. She won't. She won't. Cargo hold is for her. Not only are those going to be your quarters, but they'll be where you stay for the duration of our journey. Consider yourself under guard. Yikes. Don't let them bother you, handmaiden. Don't let them bother you.
It is no matter. I am used to worse conditions, but thank you for your kindness.
Into the garbage chute, flyboy. I don't care what you smell. The handmaiden has joined your party. He has a Chani defense, which protects her against melee attacks and is an excellent unarmed fighter.
General, is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
Atris and the Jedi Council took it from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
And why wouldn't I?
I don't know, General, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
Very well. To begin, there are some parts I will need.
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
So when did you become an expert on lightsabers, Bowder?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix,
got it,
lens, and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
The voice is good, very interesting,
For the
and
last
it's
time.
sort of creepy
No.
too. A little, almost pedo-bearish. I'll buy that for $1.
Because you're programmed to force your opponent to go first, and nothing will convince me the computer doesn't cheat. Even if I didn't have to go first and somehow I didn't suspect you of counting cards, I still wouldn't play with a trash compactor.
Let the Wookiee win.
Yeah? How many credits?
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
Maybe he's just worried about your skills. Huh. Utility droids do have a habit towards developing personality quirks.
I am not pushing you around. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to upgrade your functionality.
His lack of inflection is part of what makes it so interesting, though. It's not flat. It lacks a lot of normal inflection, but it also is not flat. It's just... How would you describe it? It's like he's nearly gasping for breath, but it's not quite that. Yeah, nearly everything he says sounds breathless. Nearly breathless. Don't worry, Bowder. Maybe, probably, kinda, sorta knows what he's doing. Go for it, T3, go for it. YOLO, T3, YOLO. Stoic. He is stoic.
Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot.
With all that carbon scoring, looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
I'll bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
Loridon, what's going on? T3M4 has received a permanent +2 bonus to something I didn't see in time. Right. So, we've got, real quick, let's go put another part into HK. We've got another part for HK. Damaged HK unit. Remains of an HK unit, but older and more corroded. Repair. Initialize the control cluster. Huh. There you go. There you go, Pierce. He's a tranquil. He's like a tranquil. Makes sense. Success. You have installed the droid's control cluster. We're still missing a couple parts. I don't think it'll say too much. Power core still carries a charge, but a number of parts are missing. Yeah, we've got the vocabulator, we've got the control cluster. We need a chassis and something else. Chassis and something else. Maybe 2 more parts. Handmaiden. Handmaiden should be over this way. Let's get an actual save going. One of the things we want to do with the Handmaiden over time is spar with her repeatedly, and it's like the sparring we had briefly on Telos. You basically have to strip down to your skivvies to spar with her, but eventually you build up enough rapport, she will start to speak with you about her family, about her mother, and well, you can train her as a Jedi. Eventually, as other characters in your party can be trained as a Jedi, so can the Handmaiden.
Oh, welcome, Exile. Is there something you need?
How are you doing? Are you all right?
Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on Telos.
You were blinded by Atris's anger. Yeah, there you go. Build enough rapport through skin-to-skin contact, after which she will begin to tell you about herself, and you can start training her. It's a little backwards. I know, it's all a little backwards. But what do you mean?
There is an energy about you, a lightness in your movements. It is something I have seen in only the most disciplined and revered of the Ichani weapon masters, yet it comes to you with ease.
I do feel better. I feel more in touch with my surroundings and others.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see.
Atris was not wise sending her. She was already enamored of the Jedi. She was already distracted from her trainings. She was already the last ranked handmaiden. Atris literally sent the worst possible person for this job. From her perspective, it works out for us.
You may ask.
Is there a reason? We're going to start pressing her now, but we won't get everything we want quite yet. Do you have a name? Is there a reason you are the last? Why do you look different? She didn't want to speak about this in front of others, but we're no longer in front of others. Is there a reason you are called the last?
I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I
You'd say
trained
this
so that
before.
one day that will no longer be true.
Yes. But your skill is impressive. We haven't seen it. As is your devotion to your training. We have heard otherwise. A big lie. So we lie to the handmaiden. Your impressive skill and your devotion to your training. We are blown away.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
This is partly rehashed from the conversation we had. I'm not sure I understand.
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
Okay, we truly are going in circles with her if we keep going down this path, so I'm going to back out.
You may ask.
I wanted to ask you about Atris. No, not yet. Do you have a name? We're not going to get her name now. Some of you know her name, I'm sure.
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Ichani do.
Can you milk me, Greg? I think you did. I think you did, Kim. I carried a name. What was it?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
You should take value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
You think that I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
Oh. These options. Right now, the only question I'm asking myself is why I'm letting you stay. Keep your opinions to yourself or I will make you regret them. Good Lord, look at those options. Why do you look different than your sisters?
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company of others.
So you have a different mother, but the same father?
Yes, that is correct. I feel that I may trust you with such things, so I shall speak of it, if you wish to hear it.
I do. Yes, I would hear it. If it'll listen you up a little, sure. It beats watching the dust settle. But these dialogue choices. And I still like these dialogue choices generally better than what we end up with in newer games. I talked about it a bit yesterday. I'll try not to rant here, but voiced protagonists limit branched dialogue options when you have multiple sexes, races. Whenever you have to multiply the dialogue being recorded, you end up limiting a lot of the dialogue that gets written. Nade, welcome Blast Zone. Thank you for the host. Good to see you. I had planned to stop in today, and then I was out longer than I thought. By the time I got back, all I wanted was a nap before the stream. Nade, how goes? Everybody check out the Nade face sometime. Hey, Chronic. Chronic as well. Thank you for the host, Chronic. Welcome. Yes. Yes, Handmaiden, I would hear it.
Though my father's blood I share with my sisters, I wear the face of my mother. My father was Usanis, an Ichani general.
Usanis was a hero of the Mandalorian Wars, one of the greatest.
He left our family to serve in the Mandalorian Wars, but his choice was not because of that. I have detected a signal embedded in the static. He went to join my mother, one whose movements and spirit matched his. His only desire was that they fight
Endural,
together,
thank you for the follow.
Side,
welcome.
For as long as there were enemies amassed against them.
Hey, LQ, how's it going? If your face is any indication, she must have been beautiful. Bit pandering. Who was she?
I never saw her face, and she did not return from the final battle of the war. She died in the battle that shattered Malachor 5, and her body was never recovered. My father returned from the Mandalorian Wars, and did not enter battle again. He entered politics, a caste where one's battles are fought through words rather than action.
What happened to him?
He was slain by Revan in the Jedi Civil War.
Slain by Revan?
When Revan sought to destabilize the Ichani worlds, Revan succeeded. The fact that our father chose battle is not shameful, but that is not the reason he went to war. He went to war to be with the one he loved, but not the one he had pledged himself to. He was disloyal. I am the mark of that disloyalty. It is said that such things run in the blood, and I have fought long to prove that this is not so. That is why I am different from my sisters. Yet I am pledged to them, and Atris, and I would die before betraying them. I tell you this in trust, and ask that you not speak of it to others. I only wish you to know.
Why tell me? Why tell me? Witcher Bran. That was oddly appropriate.
Because when my father returned from the Mandalorian Wars, he walked as you do now. There was something wounded inside him. He did not speak of what had happened there, and with us he was silent, changed. When I look upon you, I see in you an answer to a question I have searched for all my life, and that is why I tell you this now. I do not believe you to be the monster Atris made you out to be. I believe your choice was my father's choice, and it was just as difficult.
You blame me for Malachor 5?
Malachor 5 is the place where I lost my mother and my father. But it was their choice to fight the Mandalorians, and to die there, if Malachor was to be their grave. I know it is difficult for others to see why I am here, but it was important that you know one of the reasons. And know that it is not simply duty that I am here, but because I want to be here. I want to fight with you side by side for as long as there are enemies that threaten you. You are a leader. Your stance, your every action proves it.
And you have already betrayed your sisters. If that is your motivation, then you have already broken your oath to them, haven't you, Handmaiden? Haven't you? I will accept your pledge. Let us stand together then. Serve me, and serve me well. for you shall stand with me no longer. Oh, I am grateful for your words, for your assistance.
You honor me, Exile. Together, then.
Together. How is KotOR going? Nate, it's going well. It's going well, yeah. Enduro. Hypocrisy. Everywhere. Game is full of it. Well, and as much as some of that is in the writing characters' individual dialogue that seems to betray a bit of hypocrisy here and there, it's also one of the underlying themes that Kreia likes to point out so much, is just how much hypocrisy there is within the teachings of the Jedi, within the Council, not just within the dark side and the Sith, but within the light side and the Jedi. Why is she wearing all that white after Labor Day? Uh-huh. So Nate, I could ask you similarly about the Wasteland and the PC, man. I've been wondering. You've had a little time to burn in your new PC. How is it going?
You may ask.
Did Atris ever mention me? Well, we know she did. Here's to stupid questions. Yes,
She
they
said
exist.
you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
We actually had much of this conversation already. Let's exit out here for a minute. Influence gained. Handmaiden. And light side points. So as we move very close to the top of the light side of the bar here, as we move into the light, we're going to see visas shortly. You can actually get visas to show up while you are on Telos. If you go all light or all dark and you max out your bar as quickly as possible, she will show up very early in the game. It's also possible to stay fairly neutral throughout much of the game, and she won't show up till near the end. So, I'd like to see her sooner rather than later. It's going great. Still running on the highest setting, so it's perfect. That's excellent. That's what I want to hear. Pierce Nate has been goose-stepping with his Brotherhood of Steel compatriots. For shame. For shame. So we can't construct the lightsaber quite yet. What are we missing here? Actually, just for making parts, we do have a quest. We actually have a journal entry for the lightsaber. Crafting a lightsaber. You have found a fixture, but you still need an emitter and lens fixtures. So we have an energy cell fixture, but we need an emitter and a lens fixture. Lost Jedi. We're going to be looking for the different members of the Jedi Council on different planets, and we now have the option of traveling. Rebuild HK-47. You've installed the control cluster. All that remains is the chassis and the droid processor. And we have some odds and ends. But I think it's time to go somewhere. So let's head to the cockpit. Armored Rainbow, it has been a while. Welcome back. How have you been? What have you been up to? Hey, it has been a while. Good while. Where are we going? Should we go to Dantooine? It was suggested we go to Dantooine. But we can go to Nar Shaddaa, we can go to Onderon, we can go to Dantooine, and we can go to Korriban. And there's something in all of these worlds. This is our first taste of freedom in the game. We were on the Paragus mining station, and then we went to Telos Citadel station, and then to the Restoration Zone, and then to the Polar region, and finally, we get a little bit of choice. So where to? Anybody have any thoughts? I know some of you have played this game before. Rainbow finals, end your job, all that fun stuff. Korriban. There's a lot, if I remember right, there's a lot less on Korriban than there was in the first game. Nar Shaddaa, gotta go to the naughty place first, Jay. It's one of the bigger ones, too. There's a lot to do on Nar Shaddaa. we'll end up running into... We'll almost certainly get Visas if we go there. There's a lot to do there. Okay, we can go to Nar Shaddaa, shall we? You'll have some more time next week, Rainbow.
The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
McDaniel! What's going on, McDaniel? Having any luck with the sleep issues? I know you were having before. We were both having sleep issues at about the same time. I can't say I've totally resolved mine, but not doing 24-hour streams every week is helping. But I've been tossing and turning again some of these past few nights. A rough place. What's Nal Hutta?
It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Bayodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Okay. So there's a lot of ex-soldiers?
Yeah. Some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers.
McDaniel,
so
sorry to hear that.
Their weapons to
what happens?
In the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy.
So wait, Nate, I must have missed something here. It sounds like you finished the main story in Fallout. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, we'll have to talk a little bit soon about all that. How hard will it be to hide here, Atten?
Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive.
You sound like you've been here before, Atten.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
What's in the refugee sector?
Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy.
Well, let's take the Ebon Hawk in for a landing.
I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
No way, huh? You fell awkwardly, pulled some muscles and bruising. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, before that happened, any progress, though, on the sleep issues? 'Cause I know that was really giving you a hard time. We were trying some of the same things. Well, I did not keep taking melatonin regularly. I tried that a bit. Try it from time to time still. A lot goes on Nar Shaddaa. Why did we come here first?
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more.
Why must we watch? We have hunted them so long. Now we must wait. Goto's head is filled with madness. Zug family hunt the galaxy, look for Jedi. Jedi finally comes here and we can no longer hunt? There is no sense to it. You wish to live, you should respect Goto's wishes. A handsome Jedi has run for years. He will not stay on this moon forever. Let the Zugs defy Goto, and after I've collected their bounty, I'll keep their heads as trophies. Best leave threats unspoken, Hanhar. You were carried far. Something. Making fun of his life debt to Mira, the red-headed female. Goto or not, I will carve a bloody swath through the bounty hunters fighting.
Neutral ground. Inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
We are not to harm the handsome Jedi. Unless we are attacked first. We are permitted to defend ourselves.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
Isn't it? Red Joker face, how are you doing? Weird to actually see swords and axes in a Star Wars game. Where are the lightsabers? Well, as with the first game, you don't start with a lightsaber. You could have a lightsaber by this point, and I don't yet. We'll either be able to craft one, loot one, or borrow one from a companion. Which will happen first remains to be seen. Which one is the highlight in question? Well, Nate, I never finished the story, so I'm not sure what exactly you're looking for. There's two highlights. There's the mission derailed, and then there's Julie's downfall, I guess you could say. But I'm not sure what exactly you're looking for, because I never finished the story. If you want to see where I stopped with the story, you should check out the mission derailed one. Everything after that and the Julie's downfall highlight is just kind of my response. Do you own any lightsaber toys? Yeah, not any good ones, though. Canadians, not any good ones. Nothing that I've got handy. Stuff, a few things put away in the garage. Nothing cool. None of the replica sabers. None of the nice ones. The Ebon Hawk. It looks a little exposed.
Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system.
No, I didn't play the first one on stream, McDaniel. Kind of had a full schedule. I was thinking about which one to do. Doing them both back to back, you know, it'd be a 75, 80-hour chunk of the month. It'd be quite a lot. Sometime. I'm sure we'll play it sometime on stream, but... Any problems with the docking authorities?
No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the Exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of.
So this is the refugee sector?
Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad.
Let's move on.
All right, then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop.
I did too, Chronic. That was a curious part of it all, and I kept taking... What was his name? But yeah, I kept taking his Nuka-Cola. At least I gave him a better one in the end. If Zez Kael is here, I want to find him.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible.
All right, be silent and come with me. Let's see where our path takes us.
Just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we
Yo,
want.
Lance.
No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad!
Hi, Novo. Just kill everybody, sort out the bodies later. The Hutts told me I could land here. The Exchange told me I could land here. It's a landing pad. Ships land on it. The Hutts. Let's see how good we can do with this. Oidarian.
Yeah? Well, this is the first I've heard of it. Hutts don't do business down there. This is Exchange territory.
They're doing business down here now. That's all you need to know.
I got a ship that's supposed to dock on this pad any hour now. What am I gonna do?
Divert it to another pad. Okay. I want to bring the handmaiden out. Get her leveled up. We're gonna be talking to a Sullustan, and Bowdur actually knows him. So if we bring I say Bowdur, I guess some of the characters pronounce it Baodur. I'm probably gonna keep saying Bowdur, it's stuck in my head. At any rate, if we take Bowdur, there'll be a bit of conversation. Yet I kinda wanna bring Handmaiden and Kreia. What did we get dark side points for? I don't know. Oh, for lying to Coelho. For lying to him, yeah? It was just a tiny lie. It's just a tiny lie. Okay, Handmaiden. I've been auto-leveling the companions. Carefully leveling the exile, but auto-leveling the companions. Does she have dexterity, constitution, and charisma? And strength. If we're going to turn her into a Jedi, we may not want to auto-level her up. But I don't think it'll be too bad. She got some extra constitution out of the deal. Good for her. But I do want to turn the handmaiden into a Jedi.
What is it?
I would like to. Embrace the dark side, Jay. Is there something wrong?
Not as of yet.
But she stopped for some reason. She sensed something. Good. Good. You wander too far, human. We warn you what happened. But your kind not listen. Break legs. Maybe you not wander too far.
You can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
Know your place, human. Your place is there, not here. Another human? What you look at? Just a spectator. What's going on here? What are you looking at? A bunch of corpses if you don't leave that man alone. One human. Not amusing fight. More than one human. A little better. Spill more blood. Not on the name of... Not on the name?
Focus.
No.
Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure.
Yeah, they probably would have. I may still cripple you if you're useless. If you prove useless to me. Yeah, glad to help. You better head out before you run into any more trouble. Get out of here, sir.
Whatever your reasons, thanks.
Chronic, one thing I want to do is get Visas in the party, and she's only attracted to extremes. Extreme light, extreme dark. We may already have enough, but Visas only joins the party when you go light side, dark side. You stay gray. Visas is not... She either doesn't show up at all, or she doesn't show up until the very end. I'm inclined to play more light side. I'll try not to be so stubborn about that it gets...
I saw what you did to those exchange.
I don't want to be mushy, but yeah, light side. Yes.
Maybe help another refugee in need.
Now this is a troll job, but look at what they've done here. Kreia likes to scold you. She's gonna give lessons, whatever your choice. Of course, here, take 5 credits, you'll get scolded. Get out of here before I kill you. They're asking for credits. Get out of here before I kill you. Unless you are trying to be evil, you wouldn't say that. I guess you could say, I have nothing for you, get out of my way. But the game is clearly setting you up to say, alright, fine, 5 credits, this means nothing to me, take the 5. So that Kreia gets an opportunity to scold you. The game will do this repeatedly. So, unless you're trying to be a real dick, a lot of the time you'll kind of fall into a trap like this.
Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
I'm gonna lose.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing.
Kreia.
His path is set.
Potentially.
Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands.
Like sand into his hands. But this is why Kreia is so interesting. It may help him, if nothing else, but to survive. Nothing is set. As long as there is hope, there is a chance for redemption. Every day. I cannot stand by and let others suffer. Or you can blow her off entirely. It may help him. If nothing else, but to survive. What do you think she'll say?
And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another?
And what if he doesn't?
The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist.
Curious lesson, Kreia. I will consider what you have said.
Good. Mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
Actually gained influence with Kreia. Light side points and influence with Kreia. An interesting combination that doesn't show up all that often. I am TT32, the 32nd maintenance assistance model to be employed by my master. How may I serve you? 32nd. The previous 31 models employed by my master have met explosive ends. It is not Master Tien's fault, however. He is simply forgetful. I am proud to have lasted this long. Do you mean explosive ends? Yes, many accidents have occurred here in the garage, and sometimes when equipment is used improperly, damage to droids or the surrounding areas occur. Please ignore the carbon scoring on the walls. The accidents are infrequent. You said you were the 32nd version. Oh, he's different lead into the same dialogue. I'm looking to buy some equipment. All transactions must be cleared through Master Tien. Okay. We'll be going now. So again, Bao-Der knows Tien Tub. So instead of Nien Nub, we got Tien Tub. Where did I leave that hydro spanner? Someone in front of me. Raise your chin 5 degrees, rotate your head 15 degrees to your right, Master Tien. Oh, darkness has fallen upon my eyes, a curse of age. What brings you here, visitor? Welcome. My eyes are old, but I can see you want something of me. He does have stuff to sell, but really, we want him to change the ship's ID transponder. If we bring Bao-Der, it's an easy sell. I don't know what... there are a few other easy ways to convince him, but we don't have Bao-Der with us right now. Could I? Will I? Not legal. Frowned upon by government peoples with Bothan stunners. Bad troubles for Tien. I can pay you for your time. Not a matter of payment. It's a matter of equipment. Transponder cards are permanent once written. I have none. I would need a new card you wish to use or a blank card and an ID signature. Bring me this and we can discuss payment. Now, these are not the items we need to complete the quest for the lightsaber. He does have a couple crystals. A blade color crystal and a modifier crystal, damage crystal. So we will need those things too, but that's not actually what we're missing right now for the quest. So, not too worried about that. We have that we could sell. I'm not planning on selling things right now, but at some point we're going to need some credits. Back on Why Are We Broke? Why do I only have 700 credits? Because we lent 2,500 to a Rodian on Citadel Station. Oh my goodness. Crystal collecting is the funnest thing. I do like getting a lot of different crystals. Although once I get a few things in my saber or sabers that I like, I don't change them too much. I mean, I'll occasionally swap one out, but you end up with a saber the way you want it, and then I don't know, why wouldn't you put some of your best mods in your saber? It has come to my attention that my predecessor wasn't carelessly destroyed by Master Tien. What happened to him? He was scrapped. He was then picked up by a junk dealer. A mechanical cannibal by the name of Kodin. Filthy beast, large tusks, very unpleasant. Well that's cool, changing up the color. Get bored with the same color. Silver sabers for the win. So, what would you like me to do? I was wondering if you might be able to get him back. Not for sentimental reasons, mind you. The utility droid in question has some plans of Master Tien stored in its memory core. The plans are really quite necessary to be retrieved. Plans? What plans? Oh, I am not at liberty to say. Suffice it to say they are necessary. Maybe you'd better tell me if you want to see that droid again. Well, I believe them to be Master Tien's schematics for some new prototype droid shield. Quite fascinating, really. One of his rare moments of genius. If I can get a free version of the part once it's built, I shall do it. Oh, thank you. I knew you were helpful, sentient. As soon as my photoreceptors focused on you. If you retrieve my predecessor's memory core, then I would be most appreciative. Where can I find Kodin? He works out in the main hub, here in the refugee sector. He should have a graveyard of poor droids around him. Be careful. As Aqualish go, Kodin is really a rather nasty specimen. And the droid? What droid is it? Small astromech droid, brown, a little battered, but quite loyal. Its designation is IT-31. Alright. I will recognize parts of the map, and I will fail to recognize many more parts of the map. Vosk. You are brave to walk here, ex-Jedi. In landing on Nar Shaddaa, you have stepped into the Krayt Dragon's jaws. Who are you? I am Vosk, once of the Bounty Hunters Guild, now no longer. You have nothing to fear from me. How do you know who I am? Much information has reached Nar Shaddaa of you. Not many will recognize you. But something. Perhaps you wonder why the moon does not swarm with bounty hunters eager to capture you. It is because they cannot. It is their law. What do you mean? The bounty hunter's creed has been infected. Laws are fragile, broken easily. What laws do they uphold? Contract is honored, and they are not to attack each other if they are chasing the same prey. So if they were all hunting one person, they couldn't attack each other? Yes. They all hunt Jedi, and they all hunt uselessly. Someone is playing them for fools. Who are some of the prime bounty hunters? There are many. The smuggler's moon has become their home. An entire nest of Gand who have come, all of them having left their colony. They will not say why they have come. Here to hunt. They have strange perspectives on life, on hunting. But they are very effective. Insects from Poisonous World. They do not praise their skills, their kills or accomplishments, and they are difficult to surprise. They have the instinct of prey, yet are predators. It is strange. Hey, Spark, when did you pop in? Sometimes I read comments without even acknowledging that, that someone's saying them. I didn't notice was in chat already. Spark, how are you? Neon Orange? I don't know about Orange. Orange is definitely not a favorite of mine. Darky, hey. Watching this. Oh, sorry about that. Got my hotkeys a little close by. Who else? There are the twin sons, two Twi'lek slaves from Ryloth. Slaves who killed their masters and developed a taste for it. They have mastered a dance of death. Very beautiful, very dangerous. Two beautiful Twi'leks are hunting me. How is that bad? Oh, Handmaiden, did you see that? They have killed many. They are symptomatic of the disease that has poisoned the guild. I can handle them both. Anyone else? There are the Zug brothers, of course, cast from Duros for attempting to wipe out a rival family of politically set Duros. I'm good, Spark. Hundreds of their kind. There's a series of hunter droids. They are new to the moon. And there's always Hanhar and Mira. They will hunt each other until the sun of this system dies. And beyond. Hanhar? Mira? Oh, yeah, Spark, I'm super excited for the movie this week, and just haven't thought this much about Star Wars in years. So it's nice to kind of steep in the Star Wars. Hanhar, a beast, a Wookiee, brought from a mid-rim world near my world of Huskor. He was captured by Zerka, killed the Zerka slavers. He now hunts this moon and other systems. He uses bounty hunting as an excuse for taking slaves and for breaking and killing humans whenever he can find. He's very dangerous, almost unstoppable when angry. It is said he killed his own tribe, but no one knows for sure. What about Mira? Mira, once... That wasn't much time. Once a slave. Mira was a slave. She is still a bounty hunter. Perhaps one of the best I've ever seen. Why? Because she does not kill, except when she has to. She respects the hunt, not the slaughter. You sound as if you hate the guild. Membership in the guild is name only. Most are killers, assassins. Something has taken their hunter's heart and twisted it. Those of the guild no longer take pleasure in the hunt, only in the kill. Bounty hunting has become murder. Well, Darky, what kind of course, I'm going Friday morning. What are you talking about? Jay, you need to watch episode 7. Is there anyone here who isn't planning on that? Is there anyone here who is not planning on seeing Star Wars? That comment was unnecessary. Darky, of course I'm going to see it. Yeah, I'm seeing it Friday morning. When are you going to see it? Oh, that's awesome. I think I've seen that picture or something similar. That's great. You're going tomorrow night, Canadians? Lucky you. They were all sold out. I wouldn't have tried to go tomorrow night anyways. I wanted to go to a morning showing, but wouldn't have had the option. I think those Thursday night shows have been sold out for a little while. Alright, let's leave him be. So there is a tremendous amount of optional dialogue in these early BioWare games. Again, not having a voiced protagonist means that they could have far more conversation branches and have the NPCs just voice all these different possibilities. But as soon as you have too many different protagonist voices, the workload multiplies. And so more and more we get reduced dialogue branching, by and large, because we've got voiced protagonists. This guy. Oh man, this guy. This guy. This guy is, well, you'll see.
I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
What a clown. Makes you think the ship is yours.
It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars.
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Look at these options. Out of nowhere, some guy, Nar Shaddaa, comes up to us. Hey, that's my ship. Ebon Hawk is mine. What choices do we have? If you can prove it's yours, I'll give it to you. If it's yours, I'll give it to you. If you couldn't hold on to it, you didn't deserve it. You're not taking the ship. You're not taking the ship. If you couldn't hold on to it, then you didn't deserve it. Curious. Thing is, it's not like you lose the Ebon Hawk if you give it back to him. Rhea and Handmaiden are going to have very different responses to some of the things we do. If we carry... if we take them both around, they're going to have different things to say. Our influence are going to go in different directions for many of these. You're not taking the ship. I usually give him the ship back because I know what happens, but you're not taking the ship.
We'll see about that. Watch yourself. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place.
That was pretty neutral. That was extremely neutral. What, nothing happened? He just walked away? I'm sure that won't be the end of it. Yeah, sorry, Darky. You can't go talking about the new Star Wars here. People are dropping spoilers around the internet, so there's a lot of filters on stuff related to The Force Awakens. You're going to want to not try to go there.
Grazie, ubaci kompa dwana muska na boska wamba. Relieva con tofa. Mancho corlema con chorre bimasa. Ifretundas plecht simron chorre krenon. Nora hagwa buska, yokolo alaubaka.
Hava hinemas temana hisnaste hiha.
Charno kotos mirema keras.
The bot did it, Darky, and the bot did exactly what it was supposed to do. And I didn't hear any of that dialogue. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, sorry, Darky, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Poison grenade, minor sonic detonator. Let's throw one right in the middle. Jace, drop the base. How you doing? Damn. I think my grenade did a lot of damage to Kreia. At any rate. Still not ready to start using Flurry. Although, I need to check what... Next time I level, I need to see what I actually upgraded it to. It might be ready to use. Flurry might be without penalties now. Handmaiden.
I see you.
Yeah, Kreia's down, but there's only a couple people standing. Oh, but the Handmaiden's almost down too. Nice. Handmaiden! Check out the Handmaiden! Oh, I wish I could get the camera in a better spot. Look at her. There we go. Mid-flip. Come on, throw out that heal. Throw out another one.
I shall honor them with battle. Yes?
I hear you.
Jace, I heard something. Is it officially back on, or is it just, what were they saying about 1313? Yeah, Darky, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Don't really want to talk to this guy yet. Undar and...
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can
who's
feel
the other
them
guy?
like
There's
a
two
shiver
merchants who are in a
runs through you.
conflict here. Correa, your thoughts are disturbed. I feel this background noise, like a vibration.
It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare.
The currents are moving so fast, almost frantically.
I'm surprised you can feel it. I fear the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force. Their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life.
But the anger and the desperation, is there some way to heal it? Kreia would not respect an attempt to heal an entire planet. That level of compassion, just not her thing. Is it possible for me to manipulate it? Control these people? Well, she might respect that. Sound, the vibration is strange. It's tense.
Strange? Perhaps. Perhaps not. It is but the vibration of minds driven by life's struggles. The struggle to feed, to take, to mate, to fight. It is the way of things. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination.
Then control over such a large scale is possible. This feeling, how long can I feel these echoes around me?
For as long as it lasts. Like life, such waking moments within the Force are rare, waiting for the right moment when the critical point is struck and the sound rises. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last. Feel life as it is, with the crude matter stripped away.
Maximum force points increased. So by listening to Nar Shaddaa and talking through it with Kreia, your connection to the Force has been strengthened once again. Maximum force points increased. Oh, these are the two vendors. It wasn't that other guy. It's this Rhodian, Gita, I believe has a conflict with...
Please, look, I already
salesman
paid
on the other
exchange what I
side.
have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient.
Someone just fingered us. Give all owed, now. What kind of a joke is this? I work for the exchange and this man is under my protection. Or this man is under my protection, period. Leave now. This man's lying. I don't know him, and I don't have his credits. Well, there's the truth. I probably don't have the money anyways, but, well, let's tell it like it is. This man is lying. He just fingered a stranger to pay his debts. Sure, this won't go well. Do all humans echo each other like cowards? Now this one claims he has no money as well. Yet look at his clothes. He not from around here, and he lie about credits. Hey, Umbriel, how you doing? So we can still lie about protecting him on behalf of the exchange, or just offer to protect him. Pay these thugs what you owe them, or I'll kill you. What the hell kind of option is that? Why would we kill the guy for not paying his debts? Where's the option to say, I'm walking away now? You two better back off before you're kissing Duracrete. The next one of you threatens me dies. Oh, did you? Yeah, Umbriel, I think I missed it. Jay is with the Alliance Navy. Hey, Spider, how you doing? Murder is always the best option, says LQ. Maximize for that. You could probably sell him into slavery. He's lying. Let me deal with him.
What? No!
Oh no, and the dude went hostile. I'm not actually trying to let it be. Dark side points gained. Fine, Kreia, you can kill him. And Maiden and Kreia, you deal with him. Holy shit. I said I would deal with him, not chop his head off. Good lord. We have a conflict of interests here. Jedi has other ways to deal with him. Hey, it's IT31. Mm-hmm. You don't look too good, little droid. All in favor of Wednesday drink day? Well, it sounds good. I've only got coffee and cocoa, but it sounds good. I had a lot of snow to shovel up this morning. We got a lot of snow yesterday. Good 7+ inches. It's great. What are you doing here? Nice. Nice. Spider, good. What were you doing on a scrap heap? Are you TN Tubbs, droid? I need your memory core. I'll speak to Codin. Let me see what I can do. Codin, me. Junk dealer, me. You buy. You got any astromech droids? Just one. Droid, good. How about I buy that droid from you? Tough sell, good droid. Not look it, but good, sturdy, smart, many programs and tiny brain. 500 credits. 150 credits or nothing. Good enough. Take droid. Codin count credits. And what else do you have for sale? Oh, he's got the chassis. Damn, it costs 1,500, but he's got the HK chassis for sale. Then we'll only need one more part. I want. Let's buy that chassis. I want to buy that chassis. What can I sell? What's good? What am I not going to use? First of all, what's not equipped right now? We sell. Repair kits aren't worth much. Advanced repair kits not worth too much. Security spike tunnelers are pretty useful. A lot of things have no value. Some of our early gear just has no value to speak of. This apprentice robe, I'm going to sell it. We've already got the adept robe, which I'm wearing, so a higher version. Definitely sell that. What happens when you get all the parts? You can activate HK47, and he becomes a party member. And he's one of the best party members because he ties into the plot and some of the secondary quests. Oh, he's awesome. So this was that purple half skirt and tights outfit. I don't really want to sell it. Light combat, heavy combat. Battle armor is heavy. Powered battle armor is heavy and has a dex bonus and a strength bonus. Powered battle armor. I wonder if I'm ever going to put anyone in that. Because that's half the credits we need. 9 and no dex bonus. 8 and 1 dex bonus, 9 and no dex bonus. Let's sell this heavy battle armor and the regular battle armor. We'll keep the powered battle armor. Durasteel heavy armor. That's got some value to it. Yep, same for KotOR 1. HK47 is some of the best dialogue. Hey, we are Woo. How you doing? Item is worth more than 250 credits. Are you sure? Yes. I think that's enough. 1,500. Was that enough? Might be enough for the for what we need. That force pike is worth a ton. Luxa's Disruptor. The War Bowcaster. Could probably sell that. It's a blaster rifle. It's not just usable by Wookiees. ×3 crit. Just kind of looking at the value of some things. I haven't spent much time on this screen. We've got plenty of things we could sell if we do need credits. Attack +1, that's nice. Targeting visor. So many items. You could just get dizzy looking at all the items. Look at that. The Arcanian blinders, I've got 2 of them. It's worth 1,700 credits. Immunity to stun, fear, horror. What are the odds that I'm going to have 2 party members wearing Arcanian blinders at once? So let's sell one of those. On the internet, nobody knows you're a meatbag. Nobody. Those are heavy-duty gloves. Demo +6, Fort Saves 2, Dexterity 1, 15% slashing immunity, variety of resistances. What else is worth a lot? So much crap. We've been collecting a lot more crap than I thought. Electrical Capacitant Shield, 75% electrical immunity. Well, next time we need to buy something, I'll just have to keep in mind we've got plenty of crap to sell. Cardio package. Strength package. Alright, that's enough for now. We got tons of stuff. Let's buy that chassis. Where was it? HK chassis, 1,500. Sweet. Jedi's chief income is selling the possessions of the people they killed. Yeah. Funny how that works. T3's got good attitude. T3 does. I like T3 quite a bit. Alright, you're free to go. See you back at Tien's garage. Erger, how you doing? How have you been? It's been a little while. Which way's his shop? Oh really, which way is his shop? This map is Ebonhawk, Entertainment Promenade, behind me. That way. We ain't found shit. Lego robotics coaching? Oh, that sounds pretty cool, though. Who are you working with? I guess we need to talk to his protocol droid. He's the one who actually made the request of us, TT32. Oh, thank you. IT31 has returned, and I was able to retrieve what was required. Oh, I skipped a line. Here you are, with the schematics. It was a simple matter to construct it. Ah, right on. Right on, right on. Sectionals last Sunday, nominated for an award. Just missed going to the state championships by 3 places. Oh man, close, close. We'll get on ya. 5th and 6th graders. When I was in, I think, 3rd grade, I mean, it wasn't robotics, but I had a math teacher in 3rd grade who had a really cool approach to teaching us geometry, and throughout the, you can call it a semester, throughout the year, we built little go-karts, battery and motor-powered go-karts, and we had to cut the planks and make the wheels, and at any rate, that's how he taught geometry, was by way of constructing little motorized go-karts. It was very cool. There's nothing like good teachers, man. They took top 18, and you finished 21st out of 49. Sounds pretty good, though. Sounds like you had a good group. That's awesome. Here's to the good teachers in the world. May we forever have some of those. May we have more of those. Just so you know, I have a copy of the schematics of that part. You possess a copy of the schematics, but they are not your property. Huh. If I hadn't retrieved the droid, you wouldn't have anything. I am but a simple maintenance assistance droid. I failed to see what I could possibly offer you for your efforts and your subsequent extortion. Did we just extort him? Well. Whatever. We'll be going now. We got a droid renewable shield. A very nice item. You had a 4th grade teacher like that, built a dark room in the classroom for photography. Very cool. I love teachers who do things differently. It makes learning so much more interesting when it's not just, oh, welcome to class, here's your book. Here's your test. Here's your homework. I mean, there's so much pleasure to be had from learning new things until you put it in a really boring frame. So, again, props to the teachers who make things interesting. Nothing like a good hook. Good to see you made it back all right. Where are we at? I'm going to take a break in a couple minutes here. We're about halfway through tonight's stream, 3 hours in. I want to take a little break. HK47, we've got the chassis now. We don't have the droid processor. We're probably going to have to encounter another group of assassins. Or maybe, is the processor a static bit of loot on Dantooine? Or not loot, but is the processor... Isn't there a Celestin on Dantooine? Is that where the processor comes from? I guess what I'm asking is it static somewhere? Is there a predictable place to get the droid processor, or do we kind of have to wait for random loot for it to show up? We found a mechanic to exchange the Ebon Hawk's ID signature, but we need to either bring him a transponder card from another ship or a blank transponder card. Let's swap out with, let me take my break, and then let's swap out with Beodur and see what he says. See if maybe he's got a blank after all, I don't know. Supposedly Beodur knows that Celestin from the war, and they'll have something to say to each other. Crafting a lightsaber, we're still missing fixtures for the lens and an emitter. And those are not things we can just buy off a vendor. The crystals that we buy off a vendor are additional modifications. And of course, we're here to find one of the members of the Jedi Council that exiled us. When we make it back to Citadel Station, there should be an extra 2,500 credits waiting for us. But a lot of what's going on here, these side quests won't be completed till we're back on the Citadel. We have confronted the criminals. And we killed them. We did not find out much about Batono. And Nar Shaddaa, we might find some information about the false Batu while we're here. I never did find Doten Het when we were on the Citadel. So, okay, and take a quick break. Oh, man, Novo, you're going to Pete Rose that council decision. Oh, well, Novo, maybe you can make your break here. I don't know if you're trying to cut loose and do something, but I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Maybe a couple more minutes than that and stretch real good. Go make sure the dogs are taken care of. And I will be back. Music's good here. I'll leave the in-game music up. Why not? I'll see you all in a few minutes. And Novo, if you're here when I get back, awesome. If you're taking off, have a great night. I'll see y'all soon. Believe it or not, I hit the button. It just wasn't another hotkey. Another hotkey that doesn't function right if the cursor's not in the right place. Thank you. Thank you. Let me know if the audio's out of sync. That was the question. Let me know if the audio's out of sync. Because changing scenes a couple times is one of the things I'm starting to wonder if that's triggering the problem. OBS did not used to have... On the preview screen, OBS did not used to have any visible lag when you would switch from one scene to another. Yeah, you'll be able to hear me now. You're all on a bit of lag. Muted after we've acknowledged that the audio is muted. People keep saying muted, muted.